When we've absorbed a negative story as part of our identity, it's pretty much almost impossible to think about that story as a story and as something that is separate from who I am. That's one of the key most helpful things about narrative practice, is that we actually locate problems outside of you. Hi, my name is Nicole Hind and I'm a counsellor providing services to people anywhere in the world online, as well as in Coffs Harbour and Ballingen. I specialise in providing services for women, and I have a master's in narrative therapy, which is all about our stories. Have you ever felt yourself being held back by inadequacy? It's kind of like being stuck in a hole. You can get stuck in that black hole from any number of problems. If you've come out of a long-term relationship and the separation was really, really painful, even if you didn't anticipate it, even if you were the one that did the ending, doesn't mean that you haven't had an impact from it. If you've suffered any trauma, especially if you've been subjected to trauma by somebody else, it's horrible. And the feelings of inadequacy and the feelings of not being good enough can stay with you for a long, long, long time. Even things like anxiety. Anxiety doesn't just come out of nowhere. It's caused. And one of those key things, especially as women, that we are doing that can feed that feeling is that we're often just taking care of other people. We're so busy taking care of other people that we just don't have time to take care of ourselves, and we forget about ourselves in the midst of all the busyness. I've definitely had experiences myself where I absorbed an experience that I had and it became part of my identity. And what I realized when I was working through this stuff, that it actually wasn't my identity. It wasn't all that I was, and I was a lot more than that. And I realized that through getting help, through realizing that I didn't have to just be one way, that I didn't have to walk around this world being super confident all the time and just stomping forward. That, sure, there are situations where it's good to be confident, but I also realized that there are lots of situations where it's really good to be vulnerable, where it's really good to be able to just express yourself as you're feeling in the moment, and to even know how you're feeling in the moment. It's actually pretty rare. We get very removed from our bodies and from our sense of self as we grow up, and to return to that place and actually check in and actually be able to find safe people to be able to express ourselves with is a really, really precious and beautiful thing, and it opens up so many more opportunities for living life in the way that you want to. I'm really, really interested in how a problem is affecting your life and how you would actually define it, what you would call it, what things make sense to you around what that problem is. Not some psychobabble over here that is a, diagnosis of X, Y, and Z. I want to know about you. The better that we know and understand the problem from your words and your language and your experience and your perspective, the better chance we have of bringing it outside of you and doing something about it, so that we can actually get back to you and find out a lot more about your skills and your strengths and what makes you unique, and help her feel good about herself. Help her climb out of that black hole and be able to take on challenges no matter what life throws at you for the rest of your life. I think that's pretty amazing. It's a really, really lucky position for me to be in, to be able to help women do that.